So we've looked at the emailing solution in general, as well as the back-end setup needed. The next step is, how does Patricia know whether a template we create is going to be an email or not? This is set up in the template creation area, under the area labeled Email Properties. Here we have 3 settings that define if this is an email, and if so, how does this email look when we send it? So, here I have created a new template, but it's not yet set up to be an email. One important thing to note on the properties. The first is the correspondence name type, which we described earlier. This will be the recipient of the email. I'll choose account address here, which means that the account address email on my case will be pushed to the To field when my email is generated. Now, click on the Email Properties page. It is here that we define whether this is an email or not. Right now, we have 3 options available. Email functionality disabled means that this document will not be seen as an email by Patricia. Then we have Include Letter in Email. This means that the document itself is the body of the email. The active letter we are on will be the body of the email. Lastly, we have Include Letter as Attachment, which means the active letter we are on will be sent as an attachment. We'll demonstrate both of these items in detail soon. Next, note that when I choose an option, the area content changes. These are additional settings we can add that supplements our email. For now, we will only focus on Include Letter in Email. So let's generate our email and see the result. So my email is generated and I can see my account address email has been added in the To field. As for the content, there are some improvements we can make. First, we do not have a header footer added in the body area, which we will change. Also, there is no subject in my email subject, so we will need to change both of these items. I'll go back to template creation, choose my document and click on Email Properties. So here we have options that we can set. First, we choose a header footer from the drop-down. I'll click on the drop-down and choose a header footer to include when generating. That was one of the items we had to address. Then we had the missing subject, and in this next area I can see an email subject block. It is here where we define what our subject of our email will be. To set this up, click on this icon. In the new window, we have 2 options on how to define the subject line. The first is TXT. Using text format will allow you to enter the email subject text directly. RTF mode allows you to select another RTF template to be used as the email subject. For now, we will choose TXT mode. In TXT mode, you need to enter the subject and where necessary, enter placeholder values. The values available to you can be seen here. So as an example, I will enter the following as my subject. All items in caps are meant to be replaced with letter codes. So, using the value legend I see here, I will replace the necessary. My catchword will become %CA. And my case number will be %CN. Let's click OK and then generate our email. It looks good. My header is added and the subject is also there. So let's go back to the template and look at the RTF option. From the example, we can see that TXT mode is very limited. We only have a handful of letter codes that we can use in our subject. Maybe you want to add the country in the subject, but perhaps with TXT mode this is not available. So what do? This is where we then use the RTF mode. Let's click on this and note the drop-down that has appeared. It is here that we select another created RTF that will become our subject. When I click on the drop-down, I do not see any listed options. This is because the RTF subject template has not been created yet. So we have our main active template and then a second template that is marked as a subject. This is then combined at email creation. We don't yet have a subject template, so let's create one. The process is the same as creating any document template. Click New Document Template, enter the necessary, click Open Document. Now, in this area on the very first line available, add in the email subject text. You can add in any text and letter codes as you wish, and I will now do that. Now, save the changes. I purposefully omitted one setting in the properties, and that is the template type. What we created is not a standard template, but instead we need to choose the option Email Subject here. If this is not chosen, then we will have nothing to select in the RTF mode drop-down shown earlier. This is a common mistake, so take note. Now, save again. Our subject template has been created, but it is not yet linked up to our main email. Once again, go to the main email template, click on Email Properties, and then choose RTF mode. Now if I click on the drop-down, I do have an option which I can select. Choose the created subject template and note the preview. Now save and generate your email. Our email generates with the proper subject content as we defined it in our RTF template.